Good morning to all of you. We are going to learn about Mr. Sachin Vajay, an encounter specialist who was arrested yesterday in Reliance Ambani case. We all know because it was a sensational news that on 25th of February 2021, a Scorpio car laden with 2.5 kgs of gelatin sticks was found abandoned near the Ant.bail or the residence of Mukesh Ambani in a very business area in Mumbai city, and a threat letter was also found inside the car. So definitely it has become a sensational news. Of course, there was a war of words between the present government of Maharashtra being led by that Aghada, so that is Congress plus that Bal Thackeray party, versus the BJP because it is the center. Of course, BJP says there is no protection to one of the 10 richest persons in the entire world and one of the richest person in India. Like that, they have commented there is no safety even to this man. Even though jet category was the jet category bandobast was given or protection was given to Ambani, this thing happened. Okay. Maharashtra says yes, we are investigating the matter. Now, incidentally, the owner of the car, Mr. Mukesh Malani, or I will tell his name, so Mansukh Hiran is correct, I'm sorry. His correct name is Mansukh Hiran, or Hirani they call him. So he also committed suicide on March 8th, right? So his dead body is found. It has become another, he has gone to a creek in an outside area and his dead body is found. People say that it's a suicide, but definitely it is a suspicious death. Okay, these things do happen. Now we are coming to the important point about Sachin Vajay. I have to give a brief introduction about him because Sachin Vajay was hailed to be an encounter specialist. So during the year, I think 2004, in that Ghatkopar bomb blast incident, he arrested a software engineer, brought him. Of course, his whereabouts were not known. Ultimately, it was learned that Mr. Khwaja Yunus Khan, remember Khwaja Yunus. So he died. Of course, a case of custodial death was registered against, and this man was arrested. He was suspended from service in the year 2004. Right. Later, in 2008, I believe, he has resigned for the job and joined the Bal Thackeray party in the presence of Bal Thackeray. At the time, he was alive. Right? Okay, things went on. He was under suspension for about, I think, 16 years. And after this Mahagathbandhan has come into existence, or the power has taken power, Uddhav Thackeray, then he was released from suspension in the year 2020. Right? So then he has taken charge once again. He has become very famous when arresting that Arnab Goswami or that Mark case, that is the TRP rating case, all these things. He was very active, he was involved. But now once again he has come into this news because people suspect, or it is alleged that this Mansukh Hirani, he was in contact with Sachin Vajay. On the date, the telephone details, the call details were also taken. So this man, Mukesh Mansukh Hiran, he has got in touch with Vajay. That means the threat letter. That means they wanted to threaten Mr. Mukesh Ambani. You may be knowing that is for extortion or for taking money. Right? Of course, the party in power or the state government did not accept the allegations. Ultimately, the BJP, since it is in the power in the state, they have entrusted the investigation to the National Investigation Agency. So, Mr. Sachin Vajay smelt something bad and immediately he approached the additional judge Thane for Ant.bail under section 438 crpc. But the judge rejected his bail petition on 12/3/2021. Please remember, this is an anticipatory bail petition under section 438 crpc. Dismissed, stating that as per the FIR, accused are not known. Though investigation is necessary to probe the conspiracy angle by anti-terrorism squad, right? So therefore, at this stage, the court is not inclined to grant bail to this accused because there is prima facie material against the accused, Mr. Sachin Waze. Therefore, custodial interrogation is necessary. But already his advocate argued already, I think on 8/3/2021, Mr. Sajjan was called by the anti-terrorism squad and he was interrogated for 8 hours. Right? So, but the court did not agree. The court said according to the call details on 27th and 28th February, actually the vehicle was parked on 25th. And after 2 days, 27th and 28th to 21, the deceased Hirane or Manshuk Hiran was with Sajay. So Sachin Waje. So after his death, and definitely something mysterious and it has to be analyzed, only investigation will take into. Therefore, his bail petition has been dismissed. Right? So the other alternative, yesterday, it was dismissed on 12th, on 14/3/2021. This man was arrested and taken into custody. Of course, the magistrate also remanded him to up to March 25th. I think 15 days remand has been given. So now what are the charges against him? He was booked under section 286 of the IPC. 286 means negligent conduct in dealing with the explosive substances. So dealing with it. So they normally, and in place of explosive substances section 3 and 5 of Explosive Substances Act, this section will be booked against the persons who are not in direct touch with the explosives. Second is 465, we all know it is punishment for forgery, and 473, making or possessing some counterfeit seals to be used for the purpose of the so-called forgery. So 506, that is criminal intimidation, all of you know. And important point is 120B, that is criminal conspiracy. That means he is in conspiracy with Mansukh Hingaran, and therefore they wanted to blackmail or extort Mr. Mukesh Ambani. Since he is our marriage ideal, this thing might have happened. So, and I think some maybe 3 and 5 Explosive Substance Act also might have been added in there because accused are unknown, but in the suspect column or during the investigation, entire things have come to light, and therefore, so bail was not granted him. Ultimately, he has to go to jail. See how bad it is. For a long period of 16 years, he was in jail. He was into suspension. Very recently, since the government came in power, he was released. Once again, he is involved in such activities. So, my advice to the fellow police officers is that please act according to law and don't give sides or don't actually be identified with certain political people. Definitely, it will cause more harm than use. It will not be useful. That is what I wanted to. I have seen one police officer in this area. It is in the infamous case of Swarna murder case, which happened in the year 1975. The SI, since he failed to conduct the investigation properly, he was suspended. He was kept under suspension for 14 long years. 14, just like this man was for about 17 years, he was 14 long years. After that, he was released. Once again given the promotion from SI to the rank of DSP. He worked in Palakonda of Srikakulam district, but he did not mend his ways. That is the main problem. So, as police officers, we must be impartial. You must do as per your APPM or police manual or according to law. Nothing will happen. But if you take sides, this is the result, right? Just I wanted to caution you. And as advocates, please remember, the bail petition was cancelled and state bail was not granted, and he was arrested. We don't know what will happen later. Thank you very much.